Hi everybody, let me get this angled. There we go. I thought I would come and give you guys a 7-week check-in. If you guys don't know, my name is Jenny, and this is my second year homeschooling, and I have 3 kids. My youngest son is in 1st grade, then my daughter is in 2nd, and then my oldest is in 4th grade. My youngest, we say that he has wires. He's wired differently. What he hears, it doesn't register at first. So sometimes you have to repeat yourself and slow down, and then it registers. And then it also affects his talking. Like if he gets super excited, he can't get the words out. So we have to have him calm down so he can speak. Then my oldest son, he has dyslexia. And then my daughter, she is shoved right in the middle. And so let's go through, and I'm going to show you what we're using right now, and if we are going to switch it, and then if we're going to stick with it. And yeah. So here we go. Alright, so my youngest, we're using the Learning to Read, and I will say that I will recommend this to everybody. He is in 1st grade, but this is how they start off. They start off with the Learning to Read program, and then they go into the language arts and the reading. There's 5 light units that go along with this. If you don't know what light units are, they are basically just the little workbooks. That's my daughter's. We love this program, and it really has helped him, and it repeats as it's needed. It doesn't overwhelm me with the repetitiveness, but we absolutely love this. And if I had known about this, and if I homeschooled my kids from the beginning, I would have used this program. I love it. And then after this, we're not going to continue with the language arts and the reading. We are going to switch over to Masterbooks language arts program for that. And I'll explain why we're going to do that when we get to my daughter's. Alright, and then we are using their he's using Mathematics 1, and we absolutely love their mathematics. I will recommend this over and over again. We love it. It is very intense, but the way that it's laid out and the way that it explains everything makes it seem like it's a breeze. And the kids love it, and I love it. And he started this last year when he was in kindergarten, and then we stopped throughout the summer. We took a summer break, and he is going to finish up the 5th light unit, and then he'll move on, and more likely he'll be in the Mathematics 2 before he goes into 2nd grade, before we finish out the year. So we absolutely love the mathematics also through Christian Light Education. And my daughter, moving on to my daughter, because I'll show you guys the group subjects at the end. Anyway, moving on to my daughter, she is the reason why we found Christian Light Education in the first place. Last year, we went through, sorry, the kids. Okay, we went through 4 or 5 different math curriculums last year, trying to find one that worked for her. She struggles with math, and that's okay. But we found the Christian Light Education, and she loved it. And even though with its intensity, the way that it's laid out and it explains it, she understands it better than she did anything else. The ones that I thought were super simple, she didn't think. And the one that I think is quite difficult, she loves it and gets it. I don't know how that works. But anyway, she's finishing up. She's in Light Unit 9. She's going to finish it up, and then she'll be doing level 2 mathematics through Christian Light Education. And like I said, can't say enough good things about their math. And now their language arts. This is the language arts. It's a hefty one. And then this is the reading. And these are both Christian Light Education. I love them. If I didn't have kids with learning struggles, I would definitely keep up with this and all that. But since I do, we don't have the time to devote to this curriculum. Even though I love it, she enjoys it. She doesn't love it, but she enjoys it, and she is learning a lot from it. And but Sorry, those are heavy. But with the fact that I do have children that have learning disabilities, I don't have the time to sit down with her and actually go through this the way that, but we do, but we don't get done with school until late because, and most of the time she's finishing up her language arts and her reading at her brother's football practice because of the fact that it is so meaty. And she has ADD, so we're going to be switching over to Master Books also, and she is excited about it. She is upset that we'll be losing this program, but I can't. I physically don't have the time to devote to that. All right, so and then moving on to my 4th grader, he is doing Christian education mathematics, and this is where I am stuck, where I'm fighting myself on. He is doing the mathematics 2 because where this is so intense, he's coming out of public school, and then last year we used teaching textbooks, and there's still some stuff in here that he either didn't remember when we did the placement test. Hi. That's my youngest. Or he just wasn't taught it, but he got placed in the mathematics 2. And I know with homeschooling that their grade level, or the grade, is basically the number. Because if they are more, if they do struggle, then we can place them down here where they need to be. Or if they are advancing, then we can place them up here where they need to be. And we just use this as the grade number. But I'm struggling with the fact, do I go ahead and put him and leave him in the grade 2, or should I go ahead and switch him over to the Master Books where he's going to be placed in closer to his grade level, because he'll be placed in grade 3. Yeah, or level 3, not grade 3, but he'll be placed in level 3 mathematics, and that's just basically because he needs to work on his multiplication a little bit more, and that's it. So he'll be going into the level 4 fairly quickly. But anyway, so what do you think? Should I leave him in here, or should I go ahead and switch him over? Because I need help with that decision, because I'm fighting myself on it. Because where I do love the Christian education so much, and then he loves this math so much, but I don't know. So I'm fighting myself on it. So fighting myself with the decision and don't really know what to do. Okay. Anyway, so if you guys have any advice, leave it down in the comments. All right. So he's doing. He is the reason why we found the Master Books, because this program right here is amazing for the dyslexia. Because he was with his sister in the Christian education, but he struggled with the reading, and with as much reading as is in that program, he struggled. So I looked for programs that were specifically designed for dyslexia, and I found one that was perfect, I thought, and it just wasn't, because it was going to be like over $200 for that, and then it wasn't going to last the entire year, and you had to start them at the beginning, because that way that they could understand the concepts when they were moving forward. And if they spent 6 weeks in that and then they were done, then you would have to fork out another $200 to go towards the next level of that, and then so forth. And that was not going to be financially possible. And so I did more research and more research and more research, and did a lot of praying, and found Master Books. And we absolutely love this program. It's like it was made, to me, it was almost made for any child with learning disabilities or not learning disabilities. Like, it's perfect. And the helps that they have, that's what they are. They help. And they have sight word practice in here, and then if the child the words that the child misses, they get you give them note cards and they write the word, and then they write a picture that goes along with that word to help them visualize it, and that has helped them tremendously. Like, and then like when it comes to read, I know I'm saying like a lot, but when it comes to the reading, they read the highlighted parts, and then you read this, and then it progressively gets harder, and that right there is awesome. And then if you're wondering like what all this has, it has picture study, memorization, grammar, punctuation, spelling, vocabulary, observation, poems, psalms, letters, and application through creative writing. And additional helps are in the back, and then the key concepts. Reviews for important concepts are built into the course, and then it has quarterly reviews and has quizzes and tests and all that. So, perfect. I can't say enough good things about this program. We're going to start at lesson 5, and it's amazing. Like, just amazing. Because, like, we get to something that's like the alphabet, writing the alphabet and knowing the vowels and stuff, knowing the vowels and stuff like that. He already knows all that, so I'll make him do that, and then I'll go ahead and add in another day's work with that also. So I'm sure the further we get back, the less I'll be able to do that, but right now it's mainly like review. So, and yes, I have my kids do all the work. Yeah. Alright, so anyway, and then another thing that I am going to implement next week, they're going to start this on Monday, is Evan Moore's daily geography practice. I got each one of them one of these, and yeah. The only thing, I don't know why in the world they did this, they put the answers at the beginning of each lesson. Like, seriously? I'm sorry. You would at least think that they would put it in the back of the book. Because there's no way for me to even, like, rip out these answers, this answer key, without interfering with the lessons. Like, okay, here's the last day of the lesson. And then there's the answers for the day. And it's the answers for that week. Like, at first I thought, well, it's the answers for the previous week. No, because week 1, the answers. But other than that, it looks like it's going to be really good. They're short lessons. I just hit myself in the face. That's what I get for acting like that. But anyway, 2 questions for Monday and every other day of the week, and then they end with a challenge. So I think we're going to enjoy this, because Mama I don't know a whole lot about maps and map reading and direction giving and stuff like that, so I can't really help them, or I didn't really know how to teach them. That's what it is. I didn't really know how to teach them, so I heard a lot of good things about Evan Moore, so we're going to try that. Alright, now moving on to group subjects. We're using the story of the world for history, and I really enjoy the story, and the kids really enjoy the stories in here. They are learning from it. The activity sheets, not so much. It's mainly coloring and geography, basically. But I enjoy the stories out of here, and I enjoy the review questions, and that's pretty much it. So I don't know, we might stick with it, finish this throughout the year, this year, or we might switch over to Masterbooks History. So this, my husband and I are talking about, and I will let you guys know in the update, after this update. Alright, we're using social studies. Social studies. We are using social studies through Christian Light Education, and we absolutely love this. This we will be sticking with, and I love it. Right now they're learning about families and neighbors, and I will say that since we have been doing this, my kids not only give each other compliments more, but they also give strangers compliments. Like my daughter will walk up to somebody and say, "You look very nice today," and then the smile that leaves on their faces, it's priceless. So we will be sticking to this. Science, we are using Christian Light Education. This is basically like Story of the World. We enjoy it. We are learning from it. But we may not be sticking with it. So we may switch over to master books for science also. But it's good. And I do use these with all my kids. Alright, and then Bible. We love the Bible. The Bible curriculum. We will be sticking to it. And it's fairly easy. It gives right here, this is for the teacher, and then this is basically like a summary, and then it has review questions, and then they do the activity sheet. Up here, it shows like what verses in the Bible, and then depending on if we have a full day or not, I will read all the verses that it gives me, or it gives me to read to them, and then I'll read the summary, and then they will do the activity. But some days when we have a full day, we will just read the summary and then do the review questions, and they do the activity activity pages. And we will be sticking with that for the Bible, so yeah, a lot of stuff that we have for Christian Light Education or like Story of the World that we will not be sticking to. We will be switching it over to master books. I just love how doing the research and finding stuff that will fit for my children. I love how it's either going to be one curriculum or the other. It's not, and I love that the kids help lead me to those and that God helped lead us to these curriculums, because we have been greatly blessed by them. Last year it was a struggle. We didn't really enjoy anything that we used last year, so this year we made a big change, and I am happy that the change that we led to so many items that we loved. And then the changes that we're going to be making, I cannot speak. The changes that we're going to be making are going to be to another company that I think we are also going to love. So I'm glad that it's going to be like a mixture of two curriculums that we thoroughly will enjoy. And at least I'm hoping that that's the way it's going to be. But I will keep you guys updated. So yeah. And then as we switch and they come in, I will make videos showing the inside of the books, so you guys can really get a good look at those. Alright, thank you guys. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Bye.